Hi, hello. All right, let me see now. It is quiet on my end. There we go. All righty. Hello, hello. S, thank you for checking in. John, thanks for the check-in. Hi. Zam, hello. Good to see you. Wake up and sniff the fresh runners and Tommy Submit. I'm not gonna lie, you reminded me, I forgot. Yeah, hands are back. You reminded me I needed to go get the panel liner, lighter fluid, and Q-tips. I kind of forgot to grab those before the stream. I have no space on this desk for anything. It's so bad. The real estate situation on this desk, we are struggling. We are struggling. Oh my gosh. It does. Yeah. Hello, hands. Hands are back. So this is not the same camera that I was using before for my previous streams. That one does require a bit of space and outlet shenanigans. And more space to set up clamps and arms than I have room for on this desk. Right now, I need a bigger desk so I can use my other camera, but it's okay. We have a solution. So this should be good, hopefully. The quality seems all right from what I can tell. You just restocked on Q-tips and lighter fluid. You had questions asked. Yeah, I can imagine. Probably wondering what the heck could you possibly need these items in combination with. So yes, unfortunately, I cannot show any video clips of Siren because all the clips involving Siren involve stuff that happens way too late in the Xenoblade game, and it would be massive spoilers, and it drives me crazy. What I don't understand, though, is in the pamphlet. I don't know what this actually says, but here's the write-up on Siren itself. This character right here, this character has nothing to do with Siren whatsoever. I genuinely do not know what this character is doing here in the manual. He's just here, and I don't understand why. It's actually kind of baffling. Like, why is he here? I don't understand. This is a Kotobukiya kit, so this is not Bandai, so it's going to be interesting to see how this plays out. I am going to give you guys a disclaimer, though. I messed up with my planning today. What do I mean by this? That's why I waited to say that there's a Metal Gear Rex model kit. Yeah. I did mess up my planning today, and what I mean by that is that unfortunately I got my flu shot today, and I forgot that getting my flu shot usually means I have a sore arm and I get really tired at some point. I always get super tired after I get a flu shot, and I did not think about that when I was scheduling my shots. Because where I'm at right now, flu's starting to go around again. Yeah, I sound like I just woke up. Yeah, it's because it's kind of starting to hit. I always get super tired after I get a shot, and I got a flu and a COVID booster, so it's kind of like, ooh. But yeah, so there's a lot of cool stuff in this kit. What was really neat is that there's this form in here. It says for use in Japan only, but it looks like yeah, exactly. I just want to be safe because I know it's going around again. Never hurts to be safe. Like, I was talking to the doctor, and it was like a little prick and like a night of discomfort is way preferable to like actually getting the flu or COVID. Because the last time I had the flu, I had to go to urgent care, and they gave me Tamiflu, and yeah, I don't listen. Tamiflu works amazing. I don't want to have to take Tamiflu ever again. But yeah, this is really neat. That this was in the kit. And it looks like what it is that if you need a replacement runner, you can fill in this order form and send it in and get replacement runners. Or I guess if you want duplicate runners or second or like backups or something, or you want like extra copies of it. So that was pretty neat. I wonder how long this is good for. Because you would think that they would only stock or make extra runners for so long. So that does make me wonder, like, is there a point where you can't redeem this anymore? I don't know. Maybe if I could actually read Japanese. But alas, I can't. All right. So I need... But yeah, so the reason why I bring up the shots is I might sound tired. I might sound a little low energy. There may be a point where I have to call it a little earlier than usual. If I can tell I'm fading fast, we might have to call it as a disclaimer. But yes, with that, I probably should have opened all the baggies first. Yeah, I probably should have opened these baggies first. This is C and what? Is that G? That is a G. I need D and H and BDH? BDHF. Okay. Well, here's an F. Yeah. I took the flu COVID last year. Okay, yeah, no, that's the combo I'm on right now. I usually get them at the same time because it's easier to just knock them out together all at once. 2 quick pricks and you're good for a year. But yeah, especially because a lot of my coworkers have kids. And if there's anything I learned during COVID when I was working through that, it's that kids are the single most efficient threat vector, like not even threat vector, virus vector, disease vector in existence. Because the number one source, because I was a team manager back then, and the number one source of all the COVID cases that we were tracking, it was always like visiting the grandkids, hanging out with the kids, and they got it from the kids. That was like the number one most consistent source of where people were catching it from. And I have coworkers with kids. Plamo, yes, Kid Robot, hello. I forgot to open all the all the runners before this, so now I have to hunt down the runners I'm looking for. H? We did need H, so we need both H's, both F's. Oh no, the Spotify thing is going over the YouTube chat. Oh no, we need to fix that. Oh gosh, that's awkward. So the tackle box, what did I just drop? I just dropped something. Hang on. Oh, there, that's what I got. The tackle box is there. Hang on, let me grab it real quick. I have to take out my IEMs. I do have the tackle box. There is a tackle box. It's a little unwieldy. And it doesn't fit on my desk. So this is a snap fit. I have pulled out the tools I'm gonna need already and set them to the side. So hopefully we will be good with that. Okay. Now then, let us go back to finding the parts we need. Right, I needed to move... Where is it? Yes, we need to move the Spotify widget. Yeah, Spotify. That needs to be bumped up a bit. looks kind of weird there. Maybe... Did you guys watch it move in real time? Trying to find a good place for it. The little drop made me flash back to the last week when I cut a piece of it. Oh god, oh no. Oh, careening into the abyss is never good. Actually, maybe if I just... where would be a good spot to shove this? Maybe over here? Over by me? Kind of don't like it there, if I'm being honest. Oh, that's good. That's good that you were able to find the piece at least. I don't... that spot looks kind of bad. Oh, you know what? Yeah, up there should be good. And then I'll go ahead and do this. Oh, no, because then the alerts. Put Finn for the shining gun. Yeah. Oh, yeah. I know what you're talking about. Yeah, I know the bit you're talking about. That's not good. That's not good. That's not... I don't like that. I could just put that there. I guess... that could work. That could work. I feel like there's no good spot to put it. Oh boy. I did not realize that was going to overlap with the YouTube chat. Oh dear. We will... Well, we'll just park that there for now. That'll have to do. Okay. Let's double check what we needed. We have D. And then we need H. Just got too high on the gate. Oh, yeah, that is what would do it. So this one we need to take... Already, I can tell... The plastic feels very different from Bandai kits already. I don't know how to explain it. Just somehow it feels like a different plastic. Wait, is there like a pearl finish on this? Oh! Are you guys able to see that? It's like... just ever so slightly like metallic pearlescent. That's kind of nice. Oh, yeah, you can kind of see it on this bit especially. Yeah, that's kind of nice. Oh, that's not bad at all. Okay, that's kind of nice to look at. All right, let me just do that focus. Now then, all right, let's go ahead and get started on this then. We need 2 14s and 2 23s. Well, it looks like at the very least the style of instructions is pretty similar. So hopefully that'll 14, 23, and 18. Oh, Dredigan, thank you so much for the follow. Yay! All right, and then we needed 18. Here's 18. Oh, that's kind of tiny. Hello, little guy. Gosh. It feels like it's been so long since I built Easy Model. Yeah, welcome. I was just about to say that it feels like it's been such a long time since I last built any model kids. Yeah, that's right. You guys haven't actually seen me do the hunt and cut part before. Usually, because before when I was doing the model kits, I was doing this part beforehand and I was just putting it all together. So the main reason why though I decided not to keep doing it that way is that I kept missing pieces when I was doing that. So I had to keep going back to grab the runners and stuff anyways. So the whole point of trying to do that was like I kept messing it up and having to like, the whole point was I didn't want to like constantly have to be like turning and looking to find pieces and whatnot. And then I kept having to go back to find pieces that I missed anyway. So it was kind of like, oh, at that point, I might as well just be doing the whole process on the stream. Who knows? Maybe I will go back to doing it the way I was doing it before, where I was like cutting and prepping everything beforehand and then just doing the assembly. But yeah, I just realized this is probably the first time most of you have seen me doing this part of it as well. All right, so that's that. Takes care of the H bits. Wait, that's a B. I grabbed F. F is not B. Oh my God. F is not B at all. What was I doing grabbing the F runners? Hang on, where is B at? That's E. I was gonna give the extra crew. Oh, you know, I did build the MGX unicorn. I passed on Strike Freedom. F is not B. Mari 2025. You know, I passed on Strike Freedom because one of the things I generally try to stick by is I try to stick to kits where I have familiarity with the source material, and Strike Freedom is a kit. The only exception to that rule I've made was with the Astray Red Frame. First build I saw you do was the RG Burning God, and the earliest one I've seen you do was the HG Silver. Yeah, and with both of those, I was prepping the pieces ahead of time. The reason why that thing's more, yeah, because I really like the gimmick and the design for the MGX unicorn, and I was actually really proud of myself when I finally finished that. But I kind of have like it's kind of like a personal way. Do I still have the picture available? I might. Where is it? There's a thing on OBS. Do I have it? That existing unicorn, maybe. Here it is. Yeah. So this was a picture I took of my finished MGX unicorn build. I'm still pretty proud of it. I did water. It was my first time doing water slides. I really shouldn't have picked the MGX for my first time to do water slides. But it was really enjoyable. I had a lot of fun with it. You know, I'm still really proud of it, even though I made tons of mistakes with it. Oh gosh, I wish I had taken more pictures of it. Because like technically the flaps on the chest are supposed to be folded down, but I accidentally I did do water slides for the PGU. Did my LEDs burn out after a year? So I don't know, because I didn't turn on the LEDs most of the time. I only turned them on here and there, so I may not have turned them on enough for them to have burnt out. It's in storage right now because I had to move last fall, and I don't have the space to set up a shelf to display my built kits at the moment. But when I did have it, the LEDs hadn't burnt out yet. but I also wasn't turning them on that often, so that may have helped that I wasn't constantly running the LEDs. But yeah, I was pretty proud of it. PGU, I don't think I have any pictures of the finished PGU. But I did water slides for that as well. All right, B, we need, let's see. Wait, I did need the D one. Okay. Oh my god, at this rate, I'm only going to get one section done before I burn out. I haven't done this in so long. Oh my gosh. All right, so one. Oh gosh, that's right. You guys have never seen how I usually do this. I usually cut out like a whole section. Oh, really? Sometimes they just die even when it's turned off. Interesting. I might have to pull mine out of storage then to see if the LEDs are still working. But yeah, that reminds me. So my whole thing... Oh, I did need F. F was right here. I'm so not reading right well. What is English? What is reading? Dear God. All right, now we need B. 3 and 4. But yeah, one thing I tend to do, just as out of a personal thing, and to kind of prevent me from buying too many kits, even though I do still have a backlog, is I try not to buy kits from shows I haven't actually watched or haven't engaged with their source material. The Mari questioning existence, yeah. I feel like you could have like a whole genre of that as a clip. That could be its own whole genre. And it's because I feel like I can't fully appreciate the designs if I'm not familiar with the source material. There have been a couple exceptions to that. The big exception was the MG Astray Red Frame Kai, because I'm gonna be honest, that's just a sick design. Like the design for that kit is just so cool that like it didn't, like I was like, I know nothing about this kit apart from the fact that it's sick as hell and I want to build it. So that one was kind of an exception. But the MGX Strike Freedom, that one is one of those things where I was like, it looks cool, but I feel like I can't fully appreciate it because I haven't watched the source material. I already cut out the H pieces. I might be more tired than I thought I was. No, wait, I'm not done cutting it. I didn't cut out 5 and 6. I'm not done with the H runners. Oh my god, I am tired. That was the first non-grade. Yeah, because I feel like there's always going to be a couple exceptions to that rule, right? Because you're going to have kits that are like either the design's sick as hell or like it's just the design you need for a project. I have a Double O Gundam. I haven't fully watched Double O, but I have like watched some of it. And then even though I don't really have interest in Iron-Blooded Orphans, I do have a Barbados high-grade kit, and that's specifically because there is a custom painting project I want to do someday in the future, and the Barbados is like the base design that works best for the color scheme I want to base it on. So, you know, there's always going to be exceptions like that, right? But for the most part, I try to stick with stuff that I know the source material from. Because then, you know, as I'm building it, I feel like it lets me appreciate the engineering of the kit. yeah. Because, like, I don't know, there's something about Iron-Blooded Orphans. I don't know. I just can't seem to get into it. But yeah, I feel like I'm able to appreciate kits a lot more when I'm familiar with, like, how the mobile suit in particular, or the mecha in particular, moves in motion. And I can appreciate the engineering and the designing of the kit better that way. Oop. There we go. You just stick with me, buddy. All right. So that's those pieces. And then I need 2. Oh, here's 2. So this is, I don't know. I don't know if other people build like this. I like to cut out whole sections. Usually I finish with a runner, but clearly I'm tired because I am missing pieces like crazy. All right, now we need the F. Where's 16? You know, I will say there's some, you've been holding off on doing the new and the GP 1, 2 until you, yeah. I will say some of the detail molding on these pieces. So I have seen the RG gold frame of Matsumina. I loved how they looked. I tried to build them. The gold frame of Matsumina is the only kit where I was so fed up with it by the end of building it that I just put it back in the box and put it away. Like, the build experience was genuinely unpleasant. And apparently the RG gold frame of Matsumina is one of the older RGs where the quality could be a little questionable depending on the kit. So apparently that was one that kind of had a wonky reputation, but I just remember I was just so unhappy by the end of building it that I was so disappointed because I loved visually. The design was fantastic. And I was like, oh, this is great. I want to build this. And then it was like, I hate building this. Like, because the RG line, some of the older ones, they had a reputation for being, one of my friends calls them hand grenades, right? Where like, if you try to pick it up or move it around, they would fall apart. And so I would be trying to build it or be like attaching pieces and they would fall off or, you know, nothing would stay attached right. And I was like, come on, man. And I just, as soon as I finished it, every other kit I've built, I've put on the shelf, at least for a little bit. And that was the only kit where I was like, I just put it back in the box and I just never looked at it again. The only other kit that I've never put up for display. Yeah. So there was I forget which one specifically. There was a point before burning where like the RGs got a lot better. Because I remember the RG new came out way before burning. And that one had a really good reputation as well. You broke yours 10 minutes after you finished it. Yeah, exactly. There's something about like the older RG kits that it wasn't great. And I was just so disappointed because the designs looked really good. I was like, what the heck, man? I want to say the RGs got a lot better before burning, though. I feel like that's what I remember being the case, is that they got better before burning, and then burning was just kind of like Bandai stepping up the game even further with the RGs. It's so weird because like I haven't streamed this part of my process in so long that I've almost forgotten like how to do it on camera. Yeah, I feel like RG news when I remember hearing about a lot of stuff getting better for the RG kits especially. Yeah, exactly. Yeah, the whole point was that inner frame gimmick and the art and like being able to get like better articulation and movement, but still having like the scale size and what was it, like the price points that weren't as bad as Master Grade, I think was supposed to be part of the whole appeal. Because I did think that was kind of cool that you built the inner frame and then you like built around it. But yeah, I also I have another one that's got a pretty bad reputation. It's the old real great Sananju from Unicorn, and apparently that one's got a pretty bad rep. So I don't know if I'm ever going to build that one just because of the reputation it has. Because what was the other point? Because the other thing that would happen too with a lot of the joints is if it wasn't like straight up falling apart on you with like bits falling off, like the joints would get loose really fast on you. So you couldn't hold poses very well unless you wanted to commit to super gluing poses. And that was, yeah, exactly. There was a lot of kits that basically you had, if you wanted to hold a pose, you had to commit to super gluing it into a pose. When, you know, arguably one of the MS joint only in the photos. Hello, Epo! Good to see you. RX-78 2.0 was the first RG to not have the inner frame. Oh, gotcha. Yeah, because I remember hearing a lot of good things with the RG new. But that makes sense that with the 2.0, that would be when they kind of got it back into shape a bit. Yeah, I can see that. Alrighty. There we go. So it's funny because I remember I started out with sanding sticks, and that would take a while to do. To like get the nubs down. Getting a glass file was honestly one of the better investments that I did, to be honest, when it comes to part cleanup. I just realized autocorrect went with Mark. Yeah, I was like, I don't know who Mark is, but sure. Well, so far, we haven't finished any sections yet. We're still working on prepping the first section. It's interesting because yeah, RG Sanjo was done dirty. Yeah. Ooh. Wait, they added joint extenders? Oh, God, that explains a lot about the joint issues on that. Yeah, it sounds like they didn't properly engineer that kit at all then. Oh, yikes. That's, ugh. Not the smartest thing that they could have done there. All right. See how this comes together. Yeah. Oh, I need to put this in first. Okay. Just gonna go ahead and assemble these as I do it. Okay. Yeah, that's what I remember hearing was like, it was just, it didn't hold poses well and it fell apart a lot. Okay. Well, this is fun little bit of engineering they've done is that the way they did put these parts together. So it's your pretty standard, like you have the, oh, you can't see because of the autofocus. So you have this bit and then these lighter blue parts go around it, but because it's actually got a surprising range of motion. I'm pretty sure I've seen this on other Bandai kits. But I can't think of any off the top of my head. But it's definitely something. Hello, Cloud Voice. Welcome. It's definitely something I've seen on Bandai kits before, though. I know at least that much. Well, so far the engineering seems pretty solid on this. I think the only issue I really have with like looking at Kotobukiya kits is I don't know if it's just because the MG Shimusha, yeah, it used the RX-78 1.5, 1 year war interframe parts, and then goes like joint extensions. Ah. Ooh. Yeah. Oh my God. Yeah. That was why I bought the RG Sinanju, is because like when I was looking at all the kits, it looked so good compared to the other Sinanju kits, and then I found out that like apparently it's just a nightmare build wise, and I was like, oh, you're kidding me. It looks so good though. That was like, that kind of something similar happened with when I was trying to find a unicorn kit to build, and I was like, I really want one that can transform instead of having to buy 2 kits, one for destroy and, you know, one for the other mode. I'm blanking on the name of the other mode now. Which one would be a better, like in terms of build quality, I feel like the MG is probably your only option unless you wanted to deal with the RG. But I'm also trying to think, because I don't know if they've reprinted Sinanju recently. So I don't know if there's any kits around for Sinanju. Yeah, that was the other issue too. That was another thing that I noticed when I was building the RG and Matsumina gold frame. Glossy plastic and a lot of the nubs were like placed where you just really see a lot of the nub marks even when you sand it down. And I remember feeling really frustrated about that. Because like, it's not that high gloss plastic is a bad thing, but like unless you've got, you know, the patience, and I do say patience because not everyone has the patience to like trim and sand down nubs, right? And unless you had like that patience to deal with it, it can be really frustrating to try and get stuff back to that glossy finish. Just thinking about how frustrated I was with all the marks building that RG. Oh, I'm going back to a sad place. All right, let me take a peek at this. With this facing this way. All right. What part am I even making right now? I actually have no idea what section this is making. But I will say, pretty satisfying feeling of putting the pieces together. Like when you feel the pegs going into the corresponding piece. The MG breaks like glass? Oh, you're kidding me. Wait, did I get the Verkaw? Oh no, did I get the Verkaw of Sinanju? I did pick up one of the MGs. I don't know if it's the OVA version though. Ah, bummer. I might have the bunk version of the MG. Why can't I find... I just want a good Sinanju kit. I love how Sinanju looks. Why do I keep buying bad kits for it? I figured it out. So the only issue, I think the reason why I've been hesitant to like pick up a Kotobukiya kit is like, I feel like they don't panel line their promotional images when they show like finished material. Like a lot of the times with Gunpla promo pictures, like you can tell it's like painted, panel lined and modeled and whatnot. And I feel like with a lot of the Kotobukiya ones, it's just a straight snap fit, which on the one hand, I respect because it gives you a better idea. I do have the Wing Zero Verka. Yeah. Well, because I was just thinking about like, why is it taking me so long to actually build a Kotobukiya kit? And I think it's because like in their promo pictures, it's a snap fit, which is truer to what the finished product you're gonna get if you don't panel line it and whatnot. But it also like makes the kit look less interesting than the Bandai promo pictures. Like I was just trying to think like, why is that? And I think that's why it is. It's because in a lot of their promo photos, Sinanju looks so good though. I love how Sinanju looks. Like, the Gundam franchise has shark clones, right? We all know this. Gundam, they have shark clones. And sometimes the mech gets in on it too. I feel like it works for Rex. But I think on a kit like this, like if the promo pictures had been like a little pizzazz to them, you know, little oomph, but it has a little bit of panel lining. Because the thing is, and the reason why I'm kind of bemoaning the lack of like panel lining is trying to see if I can get it to show up. Like you can kind of see how there's some detailing imprinted with like some of these parts here, for example. And I think if people were able to see that this level of detailing on the molding, on the pieces, there would, you know, it would immediately be like much more interesting. They cook too hard with Char in the beginning, hard to top the red comment. Yeah. I mean, they have Char clones for a reason, right? What was I gonna say? Yeah, but like of all the Char clone mechs, and Unicorn is a little less subtle with the Char clone being like they clearly want you to know it's the Char clone, right? Dude, Zex Marquise. But I like Sinanju's hat has one of my favorite designs. I think Epion is also a really good design. Epion had a sick design, especially with the chain whips. I love when they get creative with like the weapon loadout. It's so good. Now this one was, what was I doing with this one? Okay. All right. Oh my God. Am I even gonna be able to finish these arms? I think these are arms. Still need to finish the waters. Oh, is it? Oh, I might have to keep an eye out for that one. I did pick up the dragon off of Premium Bandai, which God bless my friends, because I had a I do have a trip planned for August, and it ships in August. I'm like, I don't I'm not gonna be here to receive the package, so I had to like coordinate with a friend so that they'll get it for me and then they'll ship it to me once I'm back. The things we do for little bits of plastic that we like to stick together. It'll be worth it. Although, I can't wait for more news on the MGX new Gundam that they announced, though. Like, so far, I feel like they've picked really solid kits, or like really, like the MGX picks have been really solid so far. Wait, no. The new is going to be the new PGU, not MGX. They haven't announced a new MGX, right? It's just the PGU. Yeah, the PGU. Yeah. Did I not get that nub? No. Oh. If you want the arguable best version of Sinanju, the new Sinanju Stein narrative version. Oh. I've heard good things about the Stein narrative version. I think the problem is that I really want the red version and not, like, for lack of better phrasing, the NPC version. I don't know a nicer way to phrase that. Like, no offense to the Sinanju Stein pilots. I want the sports car version, baby. I feel like, because that's how you feel about Shard's mobile suits. He likes them red and he likes them fast like a sports car. That's how I sum up his mobile suits. The MG for 2025 is it? MG Gundam Vidar. Oh, okay, yeah. That's one I'll probably pass on. Then again, I passed on the Zeta too when they announced that for the new Verka. I think it's not because I don't like the Zeta Gundam. I think it's just because I know I won't get around to it for a really long time. Which is like one of those sucky things about gunpla, like the one thing I do think kind of sucks about gunpla as a hobby overall, and I know some people were voicing this as a complaint slash concern to Bandai themselves, is that, you know, they've talked about wanting to make gunpla more accessible in terms of like its reputation for being difficult and whatnot. You're getting it, the Vidar just looks, that's good. Well, that's good that it looks good so far. But I feel like the big problem with gunpla right now is that, you know, obviously engineering the kits and planning them out takes time, right? And everyone wants the kit to be a good experience and to hold up well. And, you know, I get it. That takes time to plan out, figure out, manufacture, all that stuff. But where it gets really frustrating is the fact that if you decide to pass on a kit, are you going to get the MGSD kits in the future? I haven't looked at any of the MGSD kits, to be honest. Generally, SD kits, it's not that I think they're not worth it. It's just that, I don't know. It's just like I can just tell it's something I'm not interested in having on my shelf. Or am I thinking of a different line? Are they? They're really fun? Oh, interesting. Okay. I might look into a couple videos on them then. But yeah, I don't know. Something about SDs, they're just something I can just tell that like I'm not interested in really having them on my shelf. So, you know, it's kind of like if you can find one on sale. Yeah, I feel like that makes sense. If I can find one on sale to give it a shot. This is the part I need. Yeah, that makes sense. But yeah, like the problem I think for me with gunpla right now is that if you decide to pass on a kit when it releases, I've been thinking about the Verkos Azabi. It's one of those ones that it's like, if I can find it, I'll probably consider picking it up. But the main reason why I haven't is that I know I'm just not gonna get to it anytime soon. And I do want to try to like knock out some more kits from my backlog. But the biggest problem I have with trying to do that, because the Sazabi kit I know is at least popular enough that they'll reprint it every now and then, right? It's a popular enough kit. It's a well-designed enough kit. It's gonna stick around. The problem I have with a lot of like newer gunpla releases is that if you don't get it when they release it on like P Bandai or something, you know you're either gonna have to commit to just not building that kit, or you're hoping you find it at a decent price that's not marked up an egregious amount on like eBay or in a shop retail. Because I found my PGU, I think I paid almost, when I bought the PGU Grandpa, the retail when it came out on like P Bandai, I was what, like $200-300 or something like that, and I paid like $400 for my PGU because it was right before they announced that they were gonna, you know, produce more of it. So, you know, people didn't know that if there would be more or not. So, you know, I paid a pretty hefty sticker price because I was like, oh my God, you know, there's been no news on whether or not they're going to make more of these. And I really want to build this. So I guess I'm willing, you know, to eat ice soup for a week to get PGU Grandpa. And so that's kind of my one real frustration with gunpla at the moment, is that it's kind of like, the Sazabi is a glorified statue, basically. Like, hip joint's a ball joint. Oh, God. Why would they do that for Sazabi? That's a weird choice. That is a very odd choice. But yeah, that's kind of my one real gripe is it's like, you know, if you decide to pass on a kit and you change your mind later, oh, that sucks. You need an, oh god, yeah, it does sound like it. You would need an action base for that. Ooh. I put the wrong piece on the wrong part, I think. Wait, maybe not? No, I don't think I did. I think this goes like this, and then we're fine. There's a lot of kits that kind of you have to have an action base for them. Its feet are big and the action base. Yeah, I was gonna say, I think Sazabi has a wide enough feet it can support itself, but it sounds like if you want to try to lift the leg, the joint won't hold the pose, is what it sounds like. I think that's what he's saying. Yeah, that's but yeah, that's my kind of my one real gripe with Gunpla at the moment is that's like if you don't get it, like between like the limited releases on like P Bandai instead of making them like more mass produced kits and stuff like that, it feels really frustrating. Like it's like, am I fine with like not buying this now and dealing with markup later? Or do I know I want to build this for sure, so I'm gonna, you know, just buy it and have it sit in the backlog. It's an unfortunate, like there's an unfortunate element of FOMO to it. Like reasonably, you know that like from a marketing perspective, they should be making the kits and continuing to print them. But then it's like, I don't know, I look at what they're doing with the Shuffle Alliance kits for G Gundam, and I'm just like, oh, come on, man. Why can't that just be a standard production kit? Why do they have to be limited to P Bandai? Does it really need to be this way, Bandai? There's some kits I kind of get. I get it if they're a limited run. But there's other kits where I'm just like, surely, you know, they're enough of a staple suit from the series that you can justify, like, mass producing it. Yeah, like, I feel like the Shuffle Alliance from G Gundam is popular enough that they can make it a standard production kit. And it doesn't need to be P Bandai. You know, like, we're definitely at the point now where like a lot of people who are buying the kits for like people, you know, probably like myself who grew up with like G Gundam as like their first like, you know, big thing that got them into Gundam and whatnot. Like I think that's a fair thing to estimate. Trying to build the RG Zeta Gundam with no instructions. Oh my god. I think I would die. Okay, so yeah, we have hit an ad break. Well, those are some good snaps. I'm gonna go ahead and stand up and stretch a bit. Ooh. Oh my gosh. So let me go ahead and I do need to stand up and stretch and hydrate. So let me go ahead and where's my button? tried it. No instructions, one session with 78 revive. Oh gosh. Tried with HG Snanju, gave up after one arm. Oh my gosh. Oh, that's crazy. That's an interesting challenge. I don't think I've heard of it. I wonder. Because like with an older high grade kit, like you could definitely manage to do a no instruction challenge, I feel like. But that would be interesting to try with a newer kit. See if you can figure it out just based on how the kit is supposed to look at the end. That could be interesting. Maybe once I shake off a bit of rust, because it's been a few months since like I was like actually building stuff. Looks like this goes this way. No, wait, yes. That is how it's supposed to go. Oh, do I have it at a weird angle? I do. The heck? Oh, hi. Yeah, I've become low resolution. Welcome. Thanks for the redeem. Why am I struggling with this? Is this not supposed to... There it goes. What the heck? If I find an EGR... Dude, I want to do the bag challenge so bad that I have no idea where to find the ones in the bag. Because I feel like they only sell those in Japan. Because all the ones that I find here in the States, they're always in boxes. But I want to try the bag challenge. Really, really badly. Hey, Da! Welcome in! We are working on... I think these are the arms on Siren at the moment. It looks like this goes this way. Yeah, these look like... Yeah, these are arms. These are definitely arms. Okay. Interesting. These parts go together like this. Oh, there we go. Okay. So I guess this is the forearm. This is going to be the shoulder. This looks like it'll be the wrist. Okay, so I guess this is... They decided to start with the arms. That's interesting. Starting with the arms. Because usually I'm used to the Bandai kits on most Gunpla. They start with the either the head or the chest, I feel like, is what they usually start with. And then they kind of build out that core before you kind of attach the arms and the legs and whatnot. Interesting. Actually, let me... Wait, what part is that? Are those the shoulders? So I guess they have you build up the arm and then the shoulders. Wait, and then you just go straight to the legs? This is a weird way of having you build it. Wouldn't it make more sense to start with the chest? Interesting. I guess the chest is going to be more complicated, so they save it for later? Why would you have that? Yeah, and you don't have to follow. Yeah, that's true. You don't have to follow the instructions exactly. But I do think it's interesting that MG and HG kits tend to start with the waist and art. Oh, yeah, that's true. The RG kits do start with the legs, huh? Yeah. I think what's kind of throwing me off is that even when you start with the legs, like in the RG kits, usually though, I feel like, yeah, it's like usually it's not too long before you're attaching it to something, so it's all sticking together. Whereas with this, it's kind of like you're gonna have like nothing attaches until you've built all the individual parts, basically. Like based on this, you basically build everything. Hang on. Yeah, here we go. Like you build everything separately before you even start attaching it. Which is interesting. I think there are a couple Gunpla kits that do it like that. Yeah. Yeah, because RGs do have that feeling of like building it from the ground up, which is kind of why I like the inner frame idea they had with like some of the older kits. It's that idea of like you're assembling like the inner skeleton and then you're building up on it. Like that's part of what made the PGU so much fun for me, was that whole idea of like assembling that inner frame and then building it up from there. I really love that design aspect of the PGU Grandpa. It was so much fun. Like just watching like all the elements and details like slowly build up on each other. Those two, and then where did I put the D runners? That's H. There's D. All right. Okay, and then D is for 13. Here we go. I will say, I feel like the colors on this, I feel like Bandai doesn't really do like pearl kind of colors. Like this is a really pretty kind of like pearly light blue. I would paint my nails this color. If I save up enough, my end of the year big build. Honestly, I enjoyed building the PGU so much. Like completely respectable like white will purchase. Oh, is it? That's a shame. I haven't looked into the Muv-Luv kits. Way more expensive than it should be. That sucks. That really sucks. It's a shame. Because I think the other thing I've been thinking about is looking into more of the third-party kits. There were a couple that I linked in Discord that like the designs looked really, really cool. But you know, I gotta double check that they're not resin-based kits, because resin, technically, you don't want to be working with resin without, at minimum, without a ventilator. Yeah, the Oberon especially was like really sick looking. Like clearly using like Wing Zero as a base, but like what a sick looking kit regardless, man. I like when I saw that, like it immediately caught my eye just browsing through it. $150 AUD. Oh my gosh. Yeah, because like I don't know how many of those kits, like how many of them are like ABS plastic, like the Kotobukiya and Bandai ones, and how many are like resin. 'Cause some of them are resin kits. And you don't want to be breathing in residue if you're like filing it and whatnot. Yeah, it should say the runner on the material, so I would have to go and double check those kits to see if they're resin or ABS, because most stores will have that detailed. It's just I didn't take the time to check. But I think the Oberon and the other one I linked were ABS kits. That still has a nub on it. My bad. It's so weird doing this process. Doing a build stream with a massive... Yeah, exactly. Yeah. It's why most... Still has a nub. Okay. It's why like a lot of people who build like garage kits and stuff, they usually... It's always like an edited video. You very rarely see people doing... I feel like you very rarely see people doing live streams of like garage kits, because a lot of those are resin and they have to do a lot of sanding on those parts. So as a result, you know, it's not ideal. Okay, yeah, so these are the wrists. Really? You know, this is something that always cracks me up about these model kits is like this is the arm, right? And this is the shoulder. The upper arm is always so short on these kits. And that's always been like really funny to me. Like, why is it always so short? Yeah, is that better lighting wise? It's not. Let me see if I can do this. That might be better lighting wise. There we go. Yeah, like the upper arm is always so tiny. It kind of cracks me up. See that? I do want the light a little brighter. Oh, no, not off. Not off. There we go. Like, why is it? It's not just this kit. There's like other kits too where like for some reason the upper arm is just like dinky. Now I need to go back. Yeah, it's literally just like it's like is however much they need to like make a good elbow joint, and that's it. And then they just leave it at that. So this one is the shoulder, I think. J. I don't think I've pulled J out. All right, any of you J? C and G. I will say, one thing I do like about this kit, A, is that small upper arms and massive legs. Yeah, it's like a really common proportion in mecha design. I do like that this kit does come with a base. Because it does come with extra display arms and whatnot, because it does have like accessory parts that you can display. It's C and G, K and N, E, J. Yeah, here's J. Yeah, I have noticed that. Like, that's a very common design trend for a lot of mechas, is the small upper arms. The Kotobukiya Zone of the Enders. I think what cracks me up about Zone of the Enders design the most is that it's very much the literal cockpit gets me every time with Zone of the Enders. I should play that though. I remember playing a demo of it in the store and really having fun with it. I remember really enjoying the combat in Zone of the Enders. I think I had, yeah, the literal cockpit. Type A also had a fairly literal cockpit as well, from what I recall. Where did B go? B was these, right? I think so. Yes, this is B. Actually, how many sections are in here? It's not... Okay. I think we can finish these shoulder pieces, and then my shots might take me out in terms of exhaustion. Yeah, location-wise, yes. All right, we'll try to finish up these shoulder pieces then. So we need 1, 16, and 17. Yeah. Type A was just the location. Nowhere near as phallic. Yeah. 1, 16. Oh, okay. These two right here. There we go. Pretty satisfying snips on the plastic though, if I'm being honest. There we go. 1, 16, 17. Just need one more of that. Both streams you've watched today have been cut short, Wi-Fi and shots being the reason. Oh no. Oh my gosh. Yeah, no, I was like, it's fine, I'm getting my shots in the morning. And then I was like, oh crap, my arms always get really sore after shots. And luckily my arm hasn't been that sore. But then I was like, oh yeah, I get really tired and exhausted after I get shots. Which is, you know, a very common thing that happens with shots, right? Like, it's not weird for that to happen. That's a perfectly normal thing that happens when people get shots, is that they're just kind of like, oh, hey. Your internet's been finicky. I'm like, oh, that's not good. Yeah, hopefully it doesn't cut you off. All right, then we need these bits. There we go. There we go. Let's see. Now we just gotta cut these off and then we can work on assembling these shoulders. Oh, hang on. Ooh, okay. Right. I'll point this out once I finish cleaning up these pieces. You've got a wings over kata finish. Oh, you're finally starting the Snow White Prelude stuff? Very nice. Okay, so one thing I will kind of knock Kotobukiya instructions for is that this orange piece right here, it has these two pegs on the side here, right? In a lot of the Bandai instructions, they'll caution you not to accidentally cut off those nubs. There are no cautions here in the Kotobukiya instructions. Really? It's the ones that you found and followed the same day? Well, that is weird. I do wish the Kotobukiya instructions included a caution on not cutting these parts. Let me show you guys what I mean. So like here you can see on J6, normally in the Bandai instructions, they would have like a little close-up that would show you be careful not to cut off these bits. And they don't have that here. Oh, interesting. I guess they figured maybe the people building these kits would probably be experienced with that. I don't know. I feel like that's not a good assumption to make. Yeah, exactly. Like, I'm glad that, like, I noticed that while cutting it. But I can easily see how, like, if I wasn't paying attention, I would just cut them off without thinking. It's weird that they don't have that as a caution on there. I wonder if it's because it's something that's not crucial to keeping the part in place. Because if it's not crucial to keeping the part in place, I can see how that wouldn't be a consideration when they're drafting the instructions. But I feel like, you know, if it's, I don't know, I guess like if I had been the one drafting the instructions, I would have put a caution for that there. But, you know, I like to try to idiot-proof stuff because I can be pretty dumb sometimes. Plus my own past history of doing exactly that. Yeah. Yeah. I don't know if it's Bandai spoiling us so much as, like, I'm the person they make those instructions for. Because, again, like I said earlier, I've done exactly that where I've accidentally trimmed off a peg I needed to be there on the MGX. And I tried to repair it. It did not go well with the repair, if I'm being honest. So I can't, technically, I cannot fully transform my MGX because I cannot fold down the chest panels or those pieces will fall off. Yeah. You snipped a wing feather ball joint off? Oh gosh, yeah. Yeah, I tried to use plastic cement and I just couldn't remake the joint well enough for it to hold. And I was so mad at myself. So now I always try to be careful. Yeah, especially if the kit includes, yeah, they're really good with, like, if it's undergated. They're really good about marking it and showing you what's undergated. Which I get why more kits aren't undergated, but it'd be nice if they were, to be honest. I def have shaved a peg I needed. Yeah. Yeah. It only takes one time of accidentally shaving that critical peg and then you're just like carefully double checking. Yeah, that was really lucky that it wasn't critical. So that's what happened to me. It was like, it was a critical peg. And it was like a little hinge piece too. So I was like, oh my God, trying to rebuild a hinge out of plastic cement. It's completely undergated in every part. You know what? You know what though? With the amount you're paying for an MGX, I feel like at that price point, it is fair to expect undergating. I feel like at the price point you pay for the PGU and the MGX kits, expecting undergated parts is a completely reasonable expectation for those kits. Because I remember the Unicorn had a lot of undergating too, but I feel like it wasn't fully undergated. PGU, I remember a lot of undergating as well, which was nice. You know, because obviously undergating takes off a lot of pressure with hiding like nub marks and stress marks and all that fun stuff. There we go. RG Epion has a lot of undergating. Yeah, that's good. I feel like they've been including undergating on a lot more kits recently. And then like on a lot of the older kits, you don't see it as much. And I think I remember hearing that it has something to do with like the amount of plastic. They should have undergated RG Snudge. Yeah, those older kits where they wanted to do the really glossy plastic, they really should have considered undergating it. But alas. All right, so this sticking up this way comes here like this. Okay. Okay. And then this top one comes here. Lessons learned too, like, yeah. I guess they figured out a way to do it without the cost of plastic being an issue. And then this goes... Wait, where was I supposed to stick this? Huh? Was I supposed to stick this somewhere else? Wait a minute. What? This doesn't feel right. This doesn't feel right at all. Hang on a second. There's no other... This goes this way, this goes that way. Okay, yeah, that's how it's supposed to go. All right, gotcha. All right. We're figuring things out. I've got this. It's a really small peg for this bit. And then that goes in there. Tiny little slot. There we go. Interesting. Yeah. Now that's actually fitting insecure. Okay. Then we do the same thing here. Pointing out into this slot. There we go. It's a shame though, because going back to the whole shot thing, when I was, obviously, I was making small talk with the doctor because I try to not focus too much on like the fact I'm getting the shot, because then like you kind of tense up and it hurts more. Like what you want to try to do when you get a shot is you want to try to relax, basically. I guess these are going to be shoulder pieces. It's a shame because, he was lamenting that more people don't really get shots these days. And, now we're seeing stuff like measles go up again. And, there's children dying of diseases that shouldn't be lethal to them to begin with. Donate plasma so you're used to getting sick. Yeah, I don't know what it is. I always get super sore after needles, so it's like I know it's good for me, but like I don't know how to explain it. It's like when you can, like, you feel the needle go in, and then you can feel it going into your arm, and it just feels unpleasant. I don't always like it. But I know it's good for me, so I do it. Oh my gosh. Okay, hang on a minute. Is this the rest of the shoulder piece? Oh my god, hang on. Wait. Think happy thoughts. I have to distract myself. Like, I have to like look away and close my eyes, and then, you know, hope I don't feel it too much. Like I don't know which shot he gave me second. The first one was okay. It wasn't too bad. The second one I got, that one was really like, I felt it going into my arm, and that was just like, but I think that's because after the first one, I naturally tensed up, because like you can't help but tense a bit when all of a sudden you're like, oh, there's a needle in my arm. You know what I mean? It's okay. It's the weekend. I have time to recover from a shot. All right, B15. That's this one. Okay. I will say this plastic does feel like it's better quality plastic than the Escaflowne kit, because you stare at the needle to assert dominance and then sometimes laugh, which unnerves the lab techs. Oh god. I think the worst thing I ever did when I was getting a shot is I decided to try and crack some jokes, and I didn't think it was going to be a joke in poor taste at the time. But he was getting the shot ready, and I said, so I'm gonna have 5G after this, right? And he like paused what he was doing, like he like stiffened up and was like, you could hear the record scratch in his head as I said it. And he was like, what? And then what did I say next? I said something about like getting 5G. But he realized after, like, I said the next thing that I was joking, and I could immediately see him, like, relax. Like, he visibly tensed up after I said it, and I was like, oh. I was like, I'm so sorry. I need to, like, crack a joke, or I am going to tense up, and it's gonna hurt a lot. I am just trying to... The first laugh was mostly nerves, and the second, gotcha. So like once he realized that like I was joking around, like it was like I was like, ooh, maybe I should have thought about that. Cause like the way he visibly tensed up and relaxed afterwards, I was like, I'm so sorry, my guy. So 2 J7s. There's 7. Like as soon as I was like, yeah, I don't understand why more people don't want to have like built-in 5G and have better cell phone reception everywhere they go. And then like we were joking around like that once he realized that I wasn't some crazy person who was anti-vax and then came in and scheduled a flu shot or something like that. But I felt bad when I realized that like he was like, why is this person here? What is happening? I need to figure out the panel lining on this. I was gonna panel line some of this. I don't think I grabbed the right colors though. I have gray, but I need brown. I didn't grab brown. I'll have to go back and get brown. Then I'll probably panel line this tomorrow. All right. So then we want to A7, B15, B13, F3, and F4. Okay, yeah. Get all the parts we need. I need to get back to building the high resolution too, because that one, the high resolution Burning Gundam is another one. Speaking of kits that disappointed, I remember because This was before they announced the RG. Gotta get around to painting the gray pieces gold for the leg thrusters for any... Ooh, not a bad idea. I think I did that when I painted Shining as a practice piece, as I painted the thrusters gold. Yeah, so they hadn't announced the new RG Burning Gundam yet, because this was a couple years before the announcement. I remember I picked up the high resolution Burning, and I was excited for it, because I was like, oh my god, you know, inner frame, this is so cool. It's got a lot of articulation. And then I opened it up a few months ago. Manual pic show gold, but the runner is gray. Yeah. Do they really? Because like I built the thing, like what kills me about it is like the inner frame is basically pre-built already. So you don't get to build the inner frame. And I was like, what? What do you mean I don't get to build the inner frame? Like, come on, man, let me build it. And no, you don't get to build it. You're basically just putting the outer pieces on an inner frame. Then I was like, that's not fun. That's not fun at all. And it's also, once again, by the way, high gloss plastic. So if you don't have a way to like put the gloss back on those pieces, your nubs are gonna look weird when you clean them up. That's no good. That's no good. Robbed of the inner frame experience and its high gloss plastic, which admittedly, I am not, oh my gosh. I'm not always the biggest fan of like the super glossy look, personally. I like the semi-gloss, like the default semi-gloss for the most part. Flat coats, awesome. There's certain kits or like certain mobile suits and certain mechas where I'm like, hell yeah, give that bitch a gloss coat. You know? Like, once again, me and Char, I look at Char's mobile suits like sports cars. If they don't look like sports cars, one, it's not an issue if you give it a flat coat. A flat coat is also extremely valid. I've seen a lot of flat coat Sazabis, excellent look on the Sesame Verka especially, right? But like, I feel like Char would be that bitch who would have like the glossy sports car finish on his suit. And so like if I were to paint those kits personally, I would go for the sports car look on them. Yeah, that's why you went with the OG Shinmusha, because the other one has a nice background. Gold is high gloss. Yeah. That's not bad at all. This piece goes... This goes this way. Okay. These pieces are basically identical. Huh. So this goes on like this? Hang on. With high resolution, you need to get nail polish with it. Oh, so you need to use the nail polish trick on those. Gotcha. That's good to know. Yeah, good to know you need to use the nail polish trick on those. So how's the fit with these? The fit, I would say the fit doesn't feel particularly different. Like, honestly, the pieces so far are fitting together. The way they fit together is pretty satisfying so far, is what it feels like. Like the biggest difference I feel like I've noticed so far, Char will get the paint job, pull up and say, I'm about to do something wicked, and he starts spitting donuts in fucking Sazabi or something. I think the biggest difference I'm noticing between this kit, the Kotobukiya kit, and a Bandai kit is the details in the instructions. I feel like that is the biggest difference that I'm noticing. Hands down. Tackles him off like it's a high horse. Because like there's certain bits in this kit that like I feel like there's certain differences that I feel like the Bandai instructions would have denoted that, you know, it's hard to tell sometimes with this Kotobukiya kit. Yeah, like, for example, like these two gold pieces here, for example, well, one's F3 and one's F4, right? And you can tell there's like a slight, like, little detail that shows the alignment. But you can see here, there's no real close-up to kind of help you match the alignment to, like, make sure you put the right one on the right part. None of the parts I got looked pre-painted. Everything looks to be just the plain injection molded plastic. So I haven't seen any pre-painted parts. For this kit in particular, it did come with these parts, but these are just pre-printed plastic, if anything. And these are decals. So from what I can tell, this kit in particular did not come with anything pre-painted. Everything is basically on a matches like the runner it's on in terms of the plastic. Yeah, it might be a different kit. The Siren kit may have had decent enough color separation that they didn't worry about it. I think this went this way. No, that doesn't seem right at all. Yeah, I wouldn't be surprised if certain ones came pre-painted. Yeah, that one. That one gave me a bit of a snap. The OG Great Metal Gear Rex definitely isn't pre-painted. Yeah. Can't any kit that has a camo pattern on the box in general isn't going to be painted or have that painted on. It's just not a pattern that I think is economical for most manufacturers to attempt to manufacture into the kit. So I had a bunch of pre-painted parts and most of the Kotobukiya, you know, that might be what's contributing to the price of the Muv-Luv kits then if it has some pre-painted parts. But in general, with camo patterns, you are not going to find kits that generally have that built into the plastic. And part of that is, I believe, just part of how the injection molding process works. But every kit I've seen where, you know, any of the promotional images have camo on it, or it's something that's meant to have camo in real life, especially with like fighter plane or tank kits, always needs to be painted. That's almost never, like, you cannot snap fit a camo pattern, basically. Is it from what I've seen in general for most model kits. So then this, wait a minute. How the heck does this connect to this then? This goes here? That can't be right. This can't be right. I really wish I had better instructions right now. Wait, so this attaches here? Like this? What the? Sure? Interesting. Okay. All right. I guess that's where that attaches then. And then... that attaches here. Okay. Oh, this doesn't feel good. This isn't attaching in a satisfying way. That wasn't satisfying to attach at all. Is it even attached? No, I can't tell if it's attached or not. There's no tactile feedback. Your MG Sazerac takes up more room on my desk than the PG Unicorn. Dude, that's like how the HGZ and Penelope take up an insane amount of space. Just because of the scale. Like, there's definitely a scale of, like, kits or mobile suits, like, getting, like, bigger to a silly degree as the UC goes on. It's really funny to kind of see the size comparison. I think one of my favorite things is, and I can't share this yet because not everyone here has seen Char's counterattack. But there's a pretty infamous meme where basically it's like an animation error, but it's something that basically makes it so that if you take it and you extrapolate the size scaling of certain mobile suits, the size scaling of certain suits compared to each other based on that one, well, that animation error is really, really funny. Wait, so how the heck does this attach to the, is this even a shoulder? What part is this? I'm presuming this is, yeah, this is the shoulder. How the heck does this attach here? Does it just attach on top of this? That doesn't even fit. What? It's definitely the shoulder. How is that supposed to attach onto here to be a shoulder? How? That can't be right. Really? This can't be right. I'm sorry. Where is the... Show me how this connects to make a shoulder, please. This does not look like it should connect. How is this supposed to work? It doesn't connect to the arm. It doesn't connect to the arm. It attaches to the torso. Why would you do it like that? What? Okay. So this is the shoulder I just made. This bit right here, right? We got the shoulder. And then we have the arm. That arm's upside down. Right. We have the arm. What would be the how equivalent to Haumst? Yeah. So, and then here, when you look, clearly it attaches to different parts. It connects with hopes and dreams. Yeah, that's what it feels like, huh? Ooh, I'm not sure about this one, Chief. Ooh, that means this part right here, this little peg is going to attach onto like a little hook thing. Oh, yeah, here it is right here. The detail insert. Ooh, are you sure about this one, Kotobukiya? Are you sure that's how you want that part to attach? Damn. All right. Yikes. I am not sure how I feel about that. Ooh. Oh, gosh. I'm just thinking about how that's gonna hold up. I mean, it'll probably hold up, but it's gonna have pretty limited range of movement, which I guess isn't too surprising for a shoulder. Did they do it that way because they... I wonder if it's because they didn't want the shoulder to end up limiting the range of motion of the arm. They might have done it that way because of how bulky the shoulder is on the design. I guess that's why they did it that way. Interesting. I will say though, the plastic feels like it's decent quality. And the color, yeah, I think they might have done it that way because otherwise this shoulder piece is kind of bulky and they don't want to impede the articulation. I'm gonna give them the benefit of the doubt with that for now, and assume that's why they did it that way. But I won't know until I get to the torso, I guess. I might jump ahead to the torso next week just so I don't have to have loose appendages floating around. Yeah, do the head and torso next week. Yes, this is a Kotobukiya kit. This is the Kotobukiya Siren from Xenoblade Chronicles 2. And this is what the finished will look like. So, yeah. Okay, yeah, it looks like the idea is that the shoulder's moving independently. Wait, those are water slides? Hang on. These are water slides? These look like stickers. Oh shit, they are water slides. They could have just attached the shoulder armor to the arm joints. Yeah. Oh shit, I thought these were decals. These are water slides. All right. Well, shit. Damn. Yeah, those are water slides, all right. Damn. Yeah, these are long boys. But that's because they go on these bits right here. That's where those go. Ooh. Yeah. That's gonna be hokey to do. Oh, wow. Yeah, that'll be interesting to do. But yeah, this is what Siren's supposed to look like. Interesting. This one's definitely not a snap fit image. Want to see janky shoulder armor attachment look no further than the MG Eclipse Gundam. This image in particular does not look like a snap fit. This looks like it's been painted. For sure. Yeah, no, this has definitely been painted. As you can see here. Let me see if I can get it to focus a little bit more. Yeah, you can see here on the manual, there's like green lining on the inside. And there's none of that on this. This is definitely a painted and lined final image. Interesting. Yeah. Oh, they are. Oh, so they are all painted. Okay. Because I feel like in like, you've done Koto kits before, they're a mixed bag. Hopes and dreams is definitely the right metaphor for the kids connecting. Oh my gosh. I feel like I've seen product shots of the Kotobukiya kits where it was like it did not look painted. This is definitely painted here as well. Interesting. I feel like I've seen shots of it that just weren't painted. I got nubs all over the manual now. I'm gonna have to clean up the manual. Well, that's good. That's good that it's... Oh yeah, that is painted on the box. Where did it look not painted? Oh no, yeah, that's all painted all right. Huh. I wonder why it looked not painted to me then. Interesting. Well, this has been an interesting start to this kit. it's definitely, I will say I was a little disappointed with the Good Smile Motoroid line because that's where I got the Escaflowne kit. And that one, like, the plastic was kind of soft. I don't know how else to explain. Like, the plastic was really kind of soft and it was a little weird. The zoot suits and stuff from the 1940s where the shoulders were exaggerated and stuff. Yeah. I've heard about zoot suits. They are a very unique look for sure. Yeah, this is interesting so far. This has been interesting so far. I'm curious to see where this kit goes. So far, it's like, I am glad. Like, the big thing so far with this kit is that I am glad that I have experience from building gunpla kits. Because there's some stuff in the instructions that, like, I just kind of know from experience at this point that I wish they were better about in the instructions. Sorry, I'm trying to clean out all the nubs so I can toss out all the nubs after this. Because, like, yeah, this is a great example of, like, what I'm talking about is, you know, there's nothing here really showing you how to make sure you're attaching the right piece and the right alignment. This part was another example of, like, it's a little unclear where this was supposed to attach. It's not gunpla, would it still be called Minubsky particles? No, I don't think they would, to be honest. I don't think they would call it that. But this is the piece also where it had the two little pegs and they didn't, like, specify, hey, don't cut those off. And they really should, because those two little pegs that I pointed out are actually pegs that connect to another piece. So I feel like that's a bit of oversight on their part to not point out. You can barely see them in this alignment image here, that they didn't point out not to cut off those pegs. And I really think that's, that makes me wonder. Oh gosh. Wait, so, oh dear God. Oh, this is the image that shows you the water slide, the decal guide. Oh, that's the decal guide. Ooh. Well, you know, it is clear at least. Oh, so this goes on the back of Siren. Okay, I see. Interesting. Huh. Okay, well, I'm gonna have to figure out the water slides and the panel lining then. And then I'm gonna have to figure out if I want to do the snip and find on future streams. I don't have my tackle boxes. I had to get rid of my tackle boxes because I don't have room for them. Interesting. In the end, all I can do is think about, you know, obviously my frame of reference for comparing these is gonna be gunpla, right? Because that's what I've built the most of. But I have wanted to check out the non-gunpla stuff for a bit. But it is interesting. Yeah, naturally. Because I don't want to be like, oh my god, this sucks compared to Bandai. And, like, why didn't they do this the way Bandai does it? Like, obviously there's reasons why they can't do it the way Bandai does it, right? Yeah, Siren, I got it on a fresh reprint, and it still cost me close to $200 with shipping to get it. I'm a pretty big fan of the Xeno franchise in general, so to me, it was worth the price. Yeah, it's a pretty pricey kit because it is, it's a larger, I think it's a larger scale figure. Like, the box is pretty, I don't think I can fit it in the camera. Like, it's a pretty big box. The box is, like, as long as my arm, basically. Is it a 1/100? Let me see if it says, woo, gosh, woo, hey, camera, hold still, buddy. Yeah, there you go. Let me see if I can find the scale on here. I'm dropping stuff. You list your scale. Front, back. All right, let's check the manual in 1 second. Pick this up so I don't run it over. Let's see. Do you mention what scale you are? It just says, oh no, it's non-scale. Non-scale full action plastic model kit. Sorry. So it's non-scale actually. But I think the finished kit is supposed to be, I want to say at least 7 to 8 inches tall. At least that size. It's a decently sized kit when it's fully built, I think. But I don't think, yeah, but it looks like it's not actually built to any particular scale, which is interesting. But yeah, no, the shot is definitely starting to hit for sure now. So I might have to wrap things up here. Oh my gosh. I'm actually kind of shocked at how tired I am at the moment. All right, let me see what's going on. Where are you? Okay, let me get a raid message. What was the one I did last time? I need to set up a command for that. We'll just go with that for a raid message. Yeah, thank you everyone for coming by. I'm gonna have to, the setup's definitely gonna be changing a bit as I try and figure out how to make the best use of the space that I have. Because again, small desk, it is a little wonky, but yeah. Hopefully this has been interesting in a good way, having the process be different like this instead of doing the... Yeah, we do have a mecha channel in my Discord. Yeah, simple tweak and peek. Yeah, so you feel free to pop into the Discord. We do have a mecha chat channel where people post pics of like their model kit progress and we talk about mecha stuff. It's, you know, it's what we do. It's where most of the activity at the server is, to be honest. But yeah, I hope it's interesting in a good way to see me like actually cutting out and cleaning the pieces. Cause, you know, I was thinking before that the whole point would be like, it'd be more interesting to see the assembly. And then when I kept having to get pieces anyways, it was like, oh, I might as well just be cleaning the parts on stream. Plus it's, you know, much more stream time. That was interesting. I'll have to see how it works out. Like either way, I just yap while I do it. No matter what, there will be yapping. That part's not changing though. All right, let me get raid queued up. My friend's playing Final Fantasy 16 for the first time, so I think we'll drop in on her stream because she's still nice and early in the game, so it shouldn't be too bad. So let me get that queued up. Yeah, thank you again everyone. We'll be back again on Tuesday for another round of Ace Attorney, hopefully finishing up case 2, and then we'll probably go back to Metal Gear Solid 2 after we wrap up case 2 and Ace Attorney. So yeah, see you guys then. Bye.